Hey guys, Dakara here and welcome back to my channel. And today we're doing something different and I'm gonna do a Q&A video. So I had a quick look and the last Q&A that I did was when I hit 3,000 subscribers many moons ago now. And I'm now at over 30,000 subscribers. So it's been a while. It has been a long time. And someone asked me over on Patreon, Devil's Night, if I would be interested in doing another one. A more updated one. So here we are. So without further ado, let's roll that intro and get answering some of your questions. Here we go. First one, we've got blah blah woof woof. Cracking name there over on YouTube, and they ask, what show or character has resonated the most with you and why? That's a difficult one. We're starting off with the deep questions. I'm probably going to say Buffy Summers. And the reason I say this is because I feel like she is an icon. She's an extremely strong, independent woman, kick-ass, that always seems to make the right calls. She's extremely humble. She says things how it is. She's just got a lot of traits and characteristics that I admire and hope to have. So for that reason, I think that she resonates with me because it just inspires me so much. And yet I do relate to her at the same time. Obviously not bigging myself up. It's more to like the more difficult aspects, like losing parents and not really feeling like she fits in, but being okay with that at the same time. She knows herself well, but also doubts at times. So you get to see those shifts. It's not all like one level. You do get the roller coaster. She's not always perfection all the time. You do get to see those flaws, and yeah, I like her. I like her a lot. Hopefully that wasn't too boring. I don't know. I'm not very good at this, guys. I'm not very good. I'm warming up. Adam also asks, what would you say so far is your favourite season of Buffy and what makes it your favourite? I'm probably going to say season 5. I think season 5 had the most layers to it. We had the most progression with the characters as well. We had some really low points, but some high highs. I think the stuff with Joyce was a whirlwind to go through. And obviously that season is now being uploaded to YouTube, but I'm getting towards the end of season 7 now over on Patreon. And yeah, so far I would say 5. I think that's my best answer. But yeah, let me know what yours is. I'd be interested to know in the comments. The Slayer04 asks, would you rather 1. Spend the night locked in a room full of giant spiders? Absolutely not. In which you must keep moving at all times to avoid being caught. That is a nightmare. 2. Be pinned down and tickled on your feet for 15 minutes with no escape. I'm gonna have to take the 15 minutes. And I hate being tickled. Hate feet, cannot stand them. Especially hate my feet being touched. Like, it's a strong and firm no. But spiders, I don't think you guys know how terrified I am of those things. I can't. I literally can't. Thank you for your question. Okay, moving on. How do I say your name? Stentomutland. Yeah. Which series are you going to react to next and why? Okay, so I put a post over on Patreon with a poll of a bunch of shows, and so far the poll looks like this. That will be the show that I'm reacting to, whatever wins that poll. But I'm thinking of doing 2 shows. So I'll do one that gets the majority vote, just because, I mean, that was the one that's popular. And then I'll probably, the next show that I introduce will be one that I just personally want to watch, just so that I know that I've got that balance of like what people want and then keeping my enjoyment with everything as well. So yes, that is what I'm going to do. Azrael Love, you beautiful, beautiful man, says, if you were offered the opportunity to meet the entire cast of Supernatural or Lucifer, which would you choose? I mean, I almost had the opportunity to meet the cast of Lucifer, but the Lux convention that I was going to go to was cancelled multiple times and the date was shifted to a date that I couldn't do, so I had to bow out, which was a bit gutting, but at the same time, like, a few of the cast cancelled as well. So, yeah. Anyway, I think with Supernatural, the thought of meeting Jensen Ackles IRL gives me so much anxiety. Like, I cannot express to you. Like, I'm getting hot and flustered just thinking about it. Like, I don't think I could do it. I physically don't think I could do it. And I love me some Tom Ellis. Like, don't get me wrong. I genuinely do. And he is unbelievably good looking. But yeah, like, Jensen just does something to me. I can't even explain it. But then there's like, I'd love to meet Lauren from Lucifer, Lauren German. But then I have the biggest crush on Brienne from Supernatural. Brienne plays Donna, guys, for those that don't know. It's one of the hardest questions. Do you know what? I'm gonna say the cast of Lucifer because I feel like I'd be more calm. I think with Supernatural I would just be a puddle. Moving on. Exazee, I miss you. How on earth are you? Exazee says, do you have any plans of coming back to streaming on Twitch? And if so, do you have any plan for when? Funny you should say this because I've thought about going live today because I go away for a week for my birthday and this would be like the last possible day I could stream. Today is Friday. I don't know, I might go live for like an hour just to chat to you guys. But if I don't, then yes, I miss streaming more than you know. I genuinely do. Like the community and just everything, the vibes, they're just always so good. And I used Twitch as like a social aspect as well. I know that probably sounds quite sad, but it was one of those things where I could be social, and then when I felt like my social battery was like worn out, I could just end the stream and I'd be good. So it felt like there was not as much pressure there as well. You guys know me very well, it felt like. So it was like a comfortable environment over on Twitch. But I do know now that they've introduced multiple platform streaming. So I am tempted to come back and maybe stream it on YouTube and Twitch at the same time, which wasn't allowed when I was thinking about doing it, but they've allowed it now, which is amazing. So I might try that. But for those on my Patreon, you guys know that I am struggling with like workload at the minute and life, like juggling the two just with everything that's going on. For those that are like OGs of my channel, they've probably seen the progression and like the ebbs and flows that I've gone through, and I think I need like more balance within my life. So what I'm thinking of doing is maybe sorting out my schedule first, and then if time allows it, start streaming again. But it won't be for long, it won't be much, shall we say. It'd just be purely for catching up with you guys, having fun. It won't be so much like a schedule, I want to say. Yeah, I miss it so much. I miss you guys, and I hope everyone's doing well. I definitely miss like the back and forth for sure. I miss the banter too. But yeah, thank you for your question, X, and yeah, I hope you're doing well. Now let's move over to Patreon real quick. So Joshua asked, well, my question is, will you start doing polls for reactions? And I have already answered that. Like I've done a couple of polls already now, and hopefully you took part in those. I want to start utilizing Patreon a little bit more for not just uploading content, but just random stuff like posting images that I like, or starting conversations about TV shows and polls, and finding out where your head's at as well. So yes, that is the answer to your question. Danny Icarus says, hi, have you considered doing some movie reactions? I figured that editing would probably be too much of a strain since the movies are generally longer than an average TV episode. I thought I'd throw it out there and see your response. I've thought about this a lot, and it just scares me. It does scare me because, like you say, the editing is a lot to do. Like, I admire those that do the movie reactions because I'm not the fastest editor. Like, I'm just not. I never have been. I've got quicker over the years, don't get me wrong, but it's weird editing yourself. Like, I could probably do someone else's video way quicker, but no one enjoys listening to their own voice. So when I'm doing that, I get distracted. I want to take breaks all the time. Like, it's not a fun experience. So move reactions would definitely be harder for that. But I like the thought of maybe doing move reactions for Patreon, maybe. Firefly is an option. Is it Serenity? I've heard a lot of requests for that one as well. So I'd never rule it out. But to be honest, like the whole reaction thing, I have been doing it for a while, but I wouldn't say that I'm good at it. I just watch TV that I like and hope that you guys watch it as well. But yeah, that's my thought on that. Michelle says, have you thought of doing music reactions? Yes. I loved doing the K-pop reaction and I had a lot of good feedback from that. I tried a guide, but it didn't do too well. I think it's because I had to edit quite a bit out and people didn't like that. But with the music ones, I wouldn't mind trying it. It's just, I know that copyright would be very much a thing. So yeah, I wouldn't earn from those videos, obviously anyway, but it's the blocking. I'd be so worried about, doing those reactions and them just getting blocked. But I love music. I do love music. You've seen me react to a bunch of Jensen singing and a bunch of fan edits as well with amazing music in, but I've never actually done a music video. At least I don't think so. Yeah. Have you been able to make time for playing guitar, singing it, and your art? If not, you should. I mean, I do miss it. And no, I haven't. I have not done any guitar. Like, I don't think my fingers could even play anymore because I've lost all the calluses on my fingers. Singing, I've just never been much of a confident singer. I mean, I do it for fun, and if you've watched me on Twitch, I do it without realising at times a lot. Would I try singing videos? I don't know. That's a really scary thought for me. I don't know if I've got the confidence for that. Maybe I'd try like a short, like a TikTok short, and just see how that goes. But I don't know. I'm getting anxiety just thinking about it. Art, I definitely want to do more art. I've loved doing my art streams as well. So for those that don't follow me on Twitch, I've done in the past like tutorials watching digital art paintings, and then I do my versions of those, trying to learn like a new form of art. Basically, I've never done digital art before until I got my iPad and I started using Procreate. So I want to do more of those, and I think that doing those like streams are really therapeutic and they're super chill because I can just chat to you guys with no stresses really. I just I draw and talk, and yeah, it's a good time. I enjoy that. I need to do more of that. So yes, thank you for your question. Jack's World, what a legend, says, what is your favourite kind of art to dabble in? I do like editing, like fan edits and things like that. But I've never actually shared any of that. I did a very long time ago on a different channel, and it makes me cringe because that I was singing on, and oof, it's not good, guys. It was real bad, like real bad. But I wouldn't mind dabbling in that. I just, at the same time, I'm like, it's an art form that I haven't grasped yet. So I'd feel very much vulnerable sharing anything like that. But yes, I'd say that. But again, like digital art, like doing those paintings, I could just sit and do those for hours. And if you count puzzle making, that's a bit of me. I love a good jigsaw, guys. I am 80 years old, okay? Jack also asks, what desk setup or layout do you find works best for you for gaming, working, edit, record, stream? Okay, I love this question because I am one of those people that checks out a bunch of setups and watches all the videos, and just, I love the whole like interior aspect of things. And I've never, I still not ever had the perfect setup for me. And I feel like it's a constant like tweaking until you find what's right. And I'll put a picture up right now of what I currently have. But again, like I will be changing it. I will be messing around with a few things. And that's the thing with tech as well. It's like forever changing. So it's not something that you do once and then you're set for life. It's just, yeah. It does help though, like having a backdrop and some lights just to make things look prettier than what they actually are. But this one we whipped up in like record time. Didn't even bother painting. I just stuck those like panels on that back wall and moved everything from my old office into here. So I was quite impressed with how quick we did that, to be honest. And this is like my safe haven now. I love being in here. Escape everything for a little bit anyway. But I'd love to see you guys' setups. I genuinely would. So if you want to share them in the Discord, it'd be a good time to promote my Discord. Actually, we have a great community over in Discord, and there's so many different like channels and stuff. You could put it in the photo spam or something like that, but I'd love to see what you guys are working with as well. And Jack also asked, will you finish reacting to the final season of The Walking Dead? Jack, I feel for you. I do feel for you, because you ask this a lot, and every time The Walking Dead is brought up, I think of you. So I know that you want to see that final reaction. I think for me, I'm just scared. I'm scared of watching it, and I'm scared of being disappointed, and I'm scared of just saying goodbye to it, because The Walking Dead is where my channel started. It's what made my channel. Even prior to Supernatural, I was reacting to The Walking Dead. So yeah, it's got a special place in my heart, and I know that I'm shit for not watching the rest of it, and I apologize. It just scares me, and I know I can't answer that question. I just don't know if it's ever gonna happen. I'm sorry. Devil's Night asks, what camera do you use? And I use a Sony A6100, I think it is. It's a really fucking good camera. Like, I'm very impressed with it. It's got like the screen that can flip up as well. I wonder if I can... I'll take a picture of my camera now. Oh, there's a lot of dust on there. Sorry guys. Ignore the dust. This is my camera. It's done me well, you know. I just have like a dummy battery going in, and I set it straight up to my PC, and yeah, it's solid. I have a very pretty lens on there as well at the minute, which Chris very kindly gifted. So thank you, Chris, for that. You've absolutely made my setup what it is, I won't lie. Always grateful. Okay, Devil's Night also asks, what's your advice for someone that wants to do reaction videos? I would advise that you just don't. I would advise that you do other content, to be totally honest. But if you did want to do reactions, I would say don't splash out on expensive equipment straight away. Please, for the love of God, don't do that. Because if you realise it's not for you, you've just wasted a bunch of money on equipment that you're no longer going to need. And when I first started out, I was using like an inbuilt webcam from my Mac, and I mean, you can see the quality ain't great, but I didn't upgrade my setup until, you know, I had the funds to do so, or I was financially okay to do that. And it just sort of progressed over the time, over the years. And I have an amazing community that looks after me as well. So kisses to all of you guys. I'd also say it's going to be weird talking to a microphone straight away. It's going to be a bit awkward. If you're a natural, then fair play to you. I definitely wasn't one of those. I'm still not. I still find it a little bit weird. But just accept that it is going to be awkward at first. Like, it is. But the more you do it, the more confidence you'll gain, the more natural it will feel. I mean, I've been doing this for years now, and I still struggle now and then. But I think if you were to watch my old content, you would see, I'd like to think, you could see that I've come quite far from that. So yeah, just don't put too much pressure on yourself straight away. And you have to think about why would people watch your content over someone else's content? And I struggle with this myself for sure. And this is probably why I haven't, you know, blew up to some of the levels that some of the other actors have. And it's because you're doing it and you're basically a performer. If you want to reach out, you have to think about your audience. So for my audience, I've sort of aimed for like the quieter kind, you know, the more introvert people, the older headed people, I want to say, the more mature people. Just sort of been as real as I can be, as natural as I can be. But if you wanted to aim to like the wider audience, and, you know, make it big, then I've found that a lot of those people are very much more eccentric people, just filled with life, you know, like always beaming with like radiance. And, you know, it comes through on their content. And because of that, their numbers are crazy numbers as well. When you're starting out, I'd think, what sort of audience do you want? What do you want to cater for? And allow them to sort of fit your personality, because you don't really want to force it. So you got to think about the sort of person that you are. Because I mean, I've thought about, you know, trying to gain a bunch of viewers and being this full of life comedic reactor, but I wouldn't be able to keep it up. I just don't think I could. This is it. This is me. And I'm okay with that. Like, this is what I wanted. This is what I'm striving for. I've reached and gone above a lot of the goals that I had. So yeah, my advice would be, think about yourself, your personality, and what you would like to welcome in as a community, because communities are so important within content creation. It's the community that sort of makes it. And I've been so blessed with very, very lovely community. I've had very little problems within my community. Obviously there's going to be a few niggles, don't get me wrong, but what you put out there is what you receive back as well. And don't give up. You know, it's a grind. It is a grind. Like when I was first putting out my videos, I mean, I was getting like 100 views, and I thought that was insane. I'm like, oh my days, like 100 people are watching my content right now. And then, yeah, just over time, you get like it only takes one video. I feel like it only takes one video to sort of really grow for a chunk of time, and then things sort of slow. And then you can get another video and it can grow, and then it slows. It's very much a roller coaster ride in content creation, and nothing is ever guaranteed. So another bit of advice would be to not put not all your eggs in one basket. You know, just keep it as a hobby, enjoy it for what it is, and just enjoy that ride. Don't try and force anything. That's a very long-winded answer. I hope that was okay for you. Another one is, are you considering watching the end of Warrior Nun? Yes, would be the short answer of that. I would like to watch the rest of Warrior Nun. I did mention before, like, I'm trying to sort out my schedule. I'm trying to like balance things out a little bit more. So when that will happen, I'm not too sure. But I love the show. I love the characters. I think it was a brilliant concept as well. So I'd like to pick it back up. I really would. It was just the cancellation, and the views on YouTube dropped significantly as well. So I couldn't really justify inputting a chunk of my time into that show currently. But as soon as things settle, then yeah, it'll be fine. I can do that. Gaius fracking Balta. I probably butchered your name, and I'm sorry about that. But they say, will you be listening to Audible's new Buffyverse drama after you complete Buffy and Angel? The story features an alternate universe version of Cordelia, where she's a Slayer instead of Buffy. Most of the original cast return to play their former characters for the drama. I haven't listened to it yet, but the plot looks fun. Wait, so the original cast do their lines within the adaptation? I didn't know that. That sounds pretty cool, and yes, I will be checking it out for sure. I think with the whole Buffyverse thing, I've just got such like a deep connection to those characters and that whole world. So it will be a very sad day when I've seen it all. So I would love nothing more than to have that journey continue. And what a time as well. Because obviously for those that watched the show when it aired, you guys have had years and years and years with nothing except obviously reactions and whatnot and podcasts. But yeah, I guess it all worked out for me, because I still need to finish Buffering the Vampire Slayer podcast. Is that what it's called? I still need to finish that as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And John also says, I've heard very positive reviews about the Buffyverse drama on Audible. Look forward to checking it out. This would be a fun one for us all to do together. Ooh, I like the sound of that, because we could like discuss it afterwards. Yeah, I like that. Good thinking, John. Ian says, you find yourself stuck on a deserted island for a year with either an endless supply of water or an endless supply of alcohol of your choosing. Which do you choose? Well, I feel like water is the obvious choice, no? Because you're on a desert island. You're going to need that water. I mean, you could make your own water by, you know, catching rain and boiling the toxins out of any stagnant water or whatever. I've never been one for alcohol. I'm just not an alcohol girly. So that would be my pick. If you could watch an entire season of any show as though it was the first time, what series and what season would it be? I feel like the obvious pick would be Game of Thrones. Just because of the complexity and the shock factor of a lot of those episodes. That does feel like an obvious pick. So if I was to pick something else, I would maybe say Friends as well, just to experience that first initial true laugh. I mean, you laugh anyway because it's hilarious, but I was so young when I experienced it for the first time. There would have been jokes that I totally would have gone over my head. I would have missed it. So I'm going to say Friends. Rest in peace, Matthew Perry. Season wise, it would just be all of them because I'm greedy. Eagle Fang, Cobra Kai, Miyagi-Do. What would you call yours? For me personally, I'd be a Miyagi-Do. Out of those three, if I had to pick one of those, just because it's more chill. Although I do love Jonah, I just think he would be a bit wild for me, I think. But what would I call mine? I mean, the Dak Pack just seems the obvious pick as well. Dakara's Dojo. Yeah, Dakara's Dojo, the Dak Pack for sure, I'd say. Yeah, I like it. I need to make some shirts. Jack says, favourite hairstyle colour you've ever had? Very much a plain Jane. I'm just going to say dark. I like my dark hair. I mean, they say blondes have more fun, but I didn't experience that. I would say dark, but with like blonde highlights and just have the best of both. I'm going to go with that one. 3 favourite desserts. Oh my God, I'm obsessed with dessert. You could probably tell. I would say apple pie. It has to be good though. Real good apple pie with cream. Yes, like pouring cream. Oof. That would be my number 1. Number 2, I'd say like a biscotti cheesecake, maybe. And 3, maybe crepes, because you can just mix anything on them as well and they taste like fire. Yeah, I'm gonna go crepe for my number 3 slot. Thank you for your question. Last question, and then I will shut up. Please don't, Devil's Night, please don't. What is your favourite series so far in life, including the ones on the channel? P.S. I love your videos. Makes me smile every day, even through difficult ones. So thanks for that. You're so cute. You're so cute. Thank you so much for those kind words. I'm going to say my favourite series in life is probably Dexter. I don't know why. It's probably the murderino in me that just really enjoyed it. But the characters were amazing. I liked the narrating style. I know some people didn't, but I loved that. And I loved that like pressure every episode of, is someone else going to figure out what's going on? You know? It's a brilliant show. And out of the ones that I've done, that's too hard a question. Way too hard. I mean, every show has like a special place in my heart. Like, because Supernatural really solidified the community for me. Like, a lot of my community was introduced through Supernatural, and they're just such lovely people. You guys, I don't know why I'm saying that. You guys are such lovely people. And then Lucifer sort of expanded that and gave it like a fresh lease of life. So I loved that. And again, The Walking Dead was like that OG show, the one that really sparked off me even creating a reaction video. And then yeah, you've got Buffy that I'm gonna stop, guys, when that's over. I really will. Like, it's just such a good show, one of the best shows of all time in my opinion. So yeah, way too difficult of a question. But yeah, off camera, I'd say Dexter. I mean, Lost Girl obviously has a special place in my heart as well off camera. Valkubus forever, guys. Team Tamsin. But yeah, I'm gonna say that. Pong says, would you rather be a Slayer or a Grim? Oof. I don't know. I'm probably gonna say Grim, because Slayers typically don't live for that long, whereas Grims seem to live a lot longer. The problem with Grims are they seem quite lonely. They seem way more lonely than Slayers, because you're scared of like ruining lives and stuff, whereas in a Slayer world, way more people know, and it's not as, you know, yeah, it's a difficult one, but I'm gonna say Grim. What would you pick? Let me know, guys. Liam says, well, you already answered my question about your birthday plans, so all I'll say is have a nice time off and have the best birthday ever. Love ya. Love you too, Liam. Love you too. Yeah, so for those that don't know, I'm going away for my birthday for a week, and we're going to go to like a nice hotel and just completely shut off for a little bit. That is my birthday plans. I'm very much looking forward to them. Thank you, Liam. Vale says, what is your favourite episode of Grimm? Maybe the season 4 finale? Like, that was a banger, that. But like the whole season was good. So like, picking one episode's difficult. But I also loved Wu getting involved in everything. And Hank. Oh, the Hank reveal was good as well. I'll stick, just for ease, I'm going to say 422. There we go. Vale also says, as a fan of these shows, which one would you choose to live in, and what would you like to be? For instance, would you rather be in the Grimm universe and become a Grimm, or another creator? Or would you rather be in Supernatural and be like Sam and Dean, a hunter, or Teen Wolf? Ooh, I would say, I mean, I'd like to be a vampire just because they're hot as but I don't want to go killing people. Maybe a vampire with a soul. Yeah, I mean, a hunter's pretty cool too, but you don't really get the powers with a hunter. You're just badass. I want power. Give me that power. What is your favourite cordial to have in milk? Merkava, I hope this is a sick joke. Who puts cordial in milk? Or do you mean like a milkshake, like Nesquik or something? Like the powders? Or you can get the liquids like Crusher. Is that what you mean? Because if so, I'm just going to say strawberry. Even though I'm a chocolate girl, I think with milkshakes like that you make yourself, I'm going to say strawberry. You can't put cordial in milk, right? That's not a thing. Brian says, I'm probably too late, you're definitely not, but what are your favourite bands and singers? The reason I ask is that I have a ridiculously large record collection as music plays a very important role in my life. I have a very broad love of music. I can sit and rap the entire Eminem album, Marshall Mathers, but then the next minute I can sing like Dancing Queen. So yeah, it's very vast. So I'm going to give a few. Fall Out Boy, because my teen emo life would kill me if I didn't say them. And I'm going to say Pink is one of my favourite singers. I think she's incredible. I love her as a person as well. I think she's extremely strong and talented and just an inspiration to a lot of females out there. So I will say Pink. I also love, you know, your standards, like a bit of Billie Eilish, a bit of Adele, Beyonce, you know, but like bands, I do like a bit of London Grammar, but I have to be in the mood. Like, it's a very like somber, like chill mood. I love Florence the Machine as well. Absolutely amazing. I have a lot. And for those again that follow me on Twitch, you've seen me jamming to the weirdest soundtracks ever, and I love it. So yeah. What's your favourite though, Brian? I am intrigued. Bonus question, what were your favourite live music experiences? I didn't have the pleasure of going to see live music while I was younger. So like the first one I went to, I was in my 20s, I think. But I will say Adele would be my favourite live music experience, because her interaction with the crowd was just 10 out of 10, and her voice is just, It's insane. It's so good. I did go to V Festival as well in my early 20s, and I saw Beyonce there, which was life-changing. But that was just more like the whole experience of going to a festival. It's totally different to going to, say, the O2 Arena or what have you. So, yes, that is my answer. Yeah, there we go. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for those that sent me some questions for me to answer as well. If you did enjoy it, give this video a cheeky thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you could be so kind. But as always, there's no pressure here. I'd just love to have you. A massive shout out to everyone on my Patreon and a special one to my sponsors in that Mark of Jane tier. You guys are amazing, and yeah, you're keeping this content alive, and I can't thank you enough for that. But yeah, I enjoyed this a lot, so maybe I do more of these in the future. Let me know. If you have any other questions, leave them in the comment section and I'll try and get back to you when I can. But until next time, goodbye for now.